Metroid Fusion again. Doing this for a couple of reasons. Every time I tried to do this recently, I've died and not finished the game, so that's frustrating. I'm also testing out a controller for latency. Okay, so I need to immediately reconfigure that. This controller has not been set up for it. Alright. No, that looks right. You're gonna have to do this. Great start to the stream. 10 out of 10. X, Y, L, R. So this is going the same as previously, so why is it different? Why isn't it what I want it to be? Blame RetroArch? That's probably a good call, Teak. Hey, dude, Teak. There we go, that's better. I also blame RetroArch for not remembering every goddamn time I change these settings. Jeez, not that goddamn hard. Well, only been a week. I can understand that. Glad you're doing okay though, Teak. Wait, what? Yeah, I remember you saying about the chair last night. Can't things just be simple with this goddamn thing? Just try to set up a new controller to try and avoid the input latency I've been getting lately. Honestly, Teak, I understand. Especially the whole thing with this of like, I change this every time to not have bilinear filtering, and it will not remember that. I never understand why people are so in love with RetroArch as an idea. Like, a unified front end is nice, but so many of the standalone emulators have better menu systems. Why isn't my down button working? Okay. Actually play this fucking thing. Well, I've got my handheld in. We might as well get this going while the menu starts up. We've got my handheld emulator, and it's got dedicated emulators for like everything on there. It's like there's dedicated SNES emulator, dedicated PlayStation emulator, dedicated NES one. There was a new custom firmware that was released for it a little while back that, above everything else, gave it RetroArch support. And everybody was all over it because, RetroArch support. And it's like, okay, but these standalone emulators are good. Plus, for some reason, the PlayStation core on there doesn't actually work. But the point is, what I've done is I've got out the wired controller that came with my PlayStation Mini. This is a nice controller. It's like, okay, it doesn't have analog sticks, but it's a nice controller. It's comfortable, it fits well in the hand, and it feels well made. And it's wired. And I've been having the issues lately with this emulation system. And I'm hoping this will just deal with it. Honestly, see, considering I've got an external emulation system, I'm happy to just stick with that. The only real issue today has just been sorting this new controller input out. See, I always like the Fusion Suit's design, except around Samus's neck. Especially in shots like this, where you get the close-up around it. This looks nice, though. I like my clean square pixels. Yeah, it's like the rest of the suit design I like. Like, take a look at the artwork we've got on the left there. And like, the rest of the suit design I like, and the small pieces of yellow that stick out through it, I like that. But around the neck's always bothered me. Yeah, I love my clean square pixels. I'm a strong believer that a game like this can look fantastic no matter what resolution you blow it up to, as long as you keep the aspect ratio, like, right. It's not true of every GBA game, I'll admit. Like, you put something like Donkey Kong Country up to this kind of aspect ratio, it's gonna look terrible. But that's because they're trying to do too much with too little. Alright, let's see how this plays. Don't feel too bad. So yeah, we're doing Fusion, partly because I want to test this controller out. And Fusion's a game I know well enough that I'll be able to feel if there's any noticeable latency. Partly because every time we've tried this game lately, I've died. I haven't completed this game on stream in months. Keep dying. We're gonna do it. Yeah, the PlayStation Mini controller is a nice controller. And, like, one of the best things about it is it's just a USB controller. Like, you got the Super Nintendo controllers that come with the Super Nintendo Mini, and they feel really nice as well. But they connect to, like, the Wii Remote input. It was like, great, nothing else uses that Nintendo. I've heard the Switch Online Super Nintendo controllers feel really good. I'd love to pick one of those up, but they're never in stock on Nintendo's website. I don't feel like paying through the nose to pick one up. So Teak, how's Prime 2 going? I don't think I managed to catch any of that last week. Alright, time for a drink. Just go. Alright, I'll be here when you get back, Teak. Yay, missiles. have no idea how data rooms are supposed to work. Then again, how does the absorbing abilities from X-Parasites work? Who knows? Don't think about it too much. Alright. Hey, how you doing, Titanium? Going alright, he's getting increasingly frustrated with all the encounters. Where are you at on that now? Goddamn dogs. Alright. Yeah. Let's try again. Yeah. Right, so now you're at the worst part of the game. It's like, hey, remember the artifact hunt in Prime 1? That can be mitigated by you being able to collect most of the artifacts on the way throughout the game. Prime 2, no. No. You do all of that at the end. Come on, give me that. Yeah! Doing alright, Titanium. I am doing alright. This controller's feeling good. See, I was saying, the main reason, well, there's two good reasons why we're doing Fusion right now. One is to test out the controller I'm using, to make sure, like, the latency is bearable. Because I'm using, the controller I got with my PlayStation Mini, so it's a wired controller, it feels quite nice, yada yada. The other reason is... well, tied into the first reason is I know Fusion well enough that I'll be able to feel if something's a little off. The other reason is... every time I tried to do Fusion lately, I've died. So we haven't finished Fusion on stream in months. So we need to fix that. So we're gonna fix that. I'll tell you, one thing that was probably like my favourite addition to the series that Metroid Dread did, it was just a button to go into Morph Ball, rather than having to double tap down. Unbelievable the kind of difference that made. Good times. Absolutely. Like, Dread was really well designed with a lot of its ideas and mechanics. Oh, back to Fusion. I need to decide what Metroid game I'm doing for Metroidvania. I'm going to do one Castlevania game, one Metroid game, and I'm thinking Harmony of Dissonance. It's been a long time since I've played all the way through Harmony of Dissonance. But for Metroid, I'm not sure. Oh yeah, this feels good. It's been a while since I've played this on actual hardware. Yeah, I've got that. And yeah, I probably am. I was debating, they've got the Castlevania Advance Collection on sale at the minute on Xbox. It's only 25% off, but like, I could get it. And that's part of what's made me think of doing Harmony of Dissonance. I don't think I've even shown that game on stream before. But what I was thinking about is, like, if I'm gonna do Harmony of Dissonance, I should do one of the aesthetic hacks that makes the game look a little better. That said, I did come across a ROM hack a little while back that supposedly improves the music. Because, like, the biggest criticism of Harmony of Dissonance, for the most part, has always been the music. Oh yeah, that meme, I was laughing out loud at that meme. Because I saw that on my lunch today, and like, I laughed out loud. I thought it was hilarious. I looked at it again later and I was laughing again. Funny, funny stuff, Titanium. Honestly, 10 out of 10. Love it. Yeah, I'm thinking I'll do Harmony of Dissonance with like one of the ROM hacks. I should have the aesthetic ROM hack on here, actually, in a minute. Why am I messing this up? The game mechanic gimmick of Harmony of Dissonance is the two castles. Essentially Light World, Dark World. That's it. That's the gimmick of it. Would you pick a location? I can understand that, Seek. especially with the very similar aesthetics and everything. And especially when you're doing, like, post-1997 games, the very similar music. One thing I'm hoping to avoid with Metroidvania, because I'm only doing one Castlevania, one Metroid, and then the rest of it's going to be all sorts of other stuff. Like, the designs and aesthetics are going to be all over the place. So I said on the Discord that I really want to do Blasphemous. Nice, got it first time. And like, I don't know another game with the aesthetic like Blasphemous. Like, that's a unique looking game. I wouldn't mind trying Guacamelee either. Throw that in there. May suggested Dusk and Elysian Tale, which I need to check if I actually have. Cave Story is an interesting one. I've heard it described as a Metroidvania. I've also heard it said that it's very unlike a Metroidvania, and that there's not really a whole lot of backtracking or anything, or proper open world style exploration. It's very much a move forward kind of game. That said, I do have Cave Story on Switch. I want to do Toho Luna Nights, but that left Game Pass, so I'll have to actually buy it. Because that seemed really neat, and I didn't spend enough time with it. Deedlit in Wonder Labyrinth, done by the same team. I'm definitely in for that. You know what? That's a really good way of putting it, Teak. Yeah, I've heard that of Cave Story. I don't know. I mean, we could have a month dedicated to indie games, or I could just do Cave Story at some point. Well, God knows when that would be. I don't know, a month dedicated to indie games feels like a bad idea. Because a lot of the indie games I'm interested in would be Metroidvanias. And then, like, a lot of the other ones are mostly walking simulators. And then there's, like, the interesting stuff like Super Hot or Echo was probably like an indie game. You guys remember when I did Echo? God, that was in December. Jeez. Axiom Verge. I enjoyed Axiom Verge. I didn't finish it, I got stuck on a box. But I enjoyed Axiom Verge, and I really would like to go through it and properly do it. Yeah, I guess like most indie games are either like they fall into three categories: Metroidvanias, the interesting stuff, and then the walking simulators. And I don't know, like, could I pull together enough interesting stuff in indie games to fill up like a month? I don't know. I mean, there's stuff like Super Hot. I guess Hotline Miami. But I don't know if I'd be down to go through Hotline Miami again. I feel like it's a one and done kind of game. And I did my time with that. Just say Rampage maybe? I don't know. But yeah, with stuff like the indie... indie stuff that I am interested in that isn't Metroidvanias, I'd probably just be down to play whenever. But yeah, I recommend Axiom Verge, especially if you're into Metroid, because a lot of the, I don't know. A lot of the Metroidvanias do lean more towards Metroid than Vania. But Axiom Verge is essentially like an indie designer trying to make Metroid. Not trying to pay homage to Metroid, trying to make Metroid. Which isn't a bad thing. It leads to a very interesting and fairly unique experience. Metroid is envisioned by somebody who was willing to get a little weird. I don't know. Like, Axiom Verge is a good game. The way you're describing that Titanium sounds like a Kirby game. Because let's be fair, most Kirby games are pretty shallow. The way they get around after having to deal with that is they're generally short, visually creative. I don't know, like... I mean, it's part of the problem when you've got a game designed to be as easy as Kirby. Like the accessibility of Kirby. The fact that Kirby can fly. Which will be interesting to see what they do with that in a 3D space. Because it's weird to think about, but there has never been a 3D Kirby game before. Well, it could be like I say, because there's never been a 3D Kirby game. And this one is being 3D, and maybe it just doesn't feel right in 3D. I mean, I think there's a reason why Kirby has been through so many gameplay styles over the years. I mean, you got the standard Kirby stuff, and then you got stuff like Kirby's Dream Course, Kirby's Air Ride, Kirby and the Canvas Curse, Kirby's Epic Yarn, Kirby Mass Attack, Kirby Planet Robobot. You sneaky bastard. I mean, when you get down to it, like, the most interesting Kirby games have always mixed up the standard formula in some way. Kirby Superstar does it. Kirby Superstar mixes it up by being like 5 games in one. So it's a bunch of separate campaigns, which is kind of interesting. Kirby 64 did it by allowing you to mix and match power-ups to create new power-ups, which was a really cool idea. Canvas Curse was like basically not a Kirby game. Same with Epic Yarn. Mass Attack had a very different gameplay idea, which was fun. But I think it's worth considering with those ones, like, you think of the Kirby games that you like, or the Kirby games that stand out for their positive reception. And then consider the standard Kirby games that came out around them. It's like, okay, so Kirby Superstar and Kirby 64. You know what came up between those? Dreamland 3, and nobody really talks about it. Kirby Canvas Curse, Kirby Mass Attack. What came up between those? Mouse Attack, or Squeak Squad, depending on where you were. Again, standard Kirby game, nobody really talks about it. Would you do the goddamn wall jump, Samus? Kirby's Epic Yarn. You know there was another Kirby game on the Wii? Kirby's Return to Dreamland. Again, nobody really talks about it. It's the Climothy! Quick, kill him. Take him down. Burn his bones. The Kirby just... The whole thing of Kirby just putting his mouth over stuff is a weird idea. I'll agree with that. Yeah, like, there's also Kirby Triple Deluxe on DS. On 3DS, which, again, standard Kirby game. It really thinks about it. I think it's kind of the awkward thing. How Felicia's copy from Odyssey. I think it's kind of the thing with Kirby. The standard gameplay idea of Kirby kind of reached the limit of what they could do with it back in, like, 95. And so every time they come up with another standard Kirby game, it's like, oh cool, another Kirby game. It'll be a fun, familiar adventure, which isn't a bad thing. But ultimately, once you're done with that, who cares? How you doing, Clem? Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. Get in there. detour I take for an extra energy tank. One of those reasons why I won't ever be a speedrunner. But yeah, let me just take 20 seconds here to go and get an energy tank. Just in case. Alright. I'll have to try one day whether or not it's quicker to just run through the water there. That's embarrassing. Alright, here we go. On first try. God damn it. Alright. So, I've mentioned this in previous streams of Fusion. The optimal shot for Ceres is 2 shots. If Ceres turns black now, we've got it. The timing was right on it. There we go. The issue is, like, if I shoot Ceres and I don't get the 2-shot, he's gonna waste time by going into speed boost, and while he's doing speed boost, he's invincible. Which is why I take my time to really make the shot land. You could say it's a speedrun tactic, and it is. I don't do it for speedrunning purposes, I do it so that I don't have to deal with the boss any more than I have to. It's less about doing the boss as quickly as possible, more about making the boss as little of an issue as possible. There we go, another one. Possible. Timing. Damn it. A little too late. Well, we can see that the grip on the arm cannon, like the actual, the end of the arm cannon can expand and retract. But it's possible, like, she can actually contract the barrel of the arm cannon to, like, grab onto things like that. If you want to get argumentative about it, we can say she's just using the grapple beam. And you can turn around and say, oh, but the grapple beam isn't in this game. It's like, what if that's actually her using the grapple beam? And it's the only use for it in this game because there are no grapple beam blocks. Completely unplayable. Shame I already played it for 25 years. Back it up, boys, we're done. It was 20 years, but we found the plot hole. Take it away. Irredeemable. Okay. Sector 3, Pyro. Every now and then I forget that I called the Discord the time stream. I remember the days back when it was just a Mecha Legion Discord. And the server picture was just the thing of Bender. And the thing of Bender was like, yeah, no, I'll make my own Discord server with blackjack and hookers. So I made the picture Bender. In the coat. It was dumb. Good times. Nah, it shows some bullshit. Yeah. I guess that'll be the final stream I do. Mecha-chrono and mecha-lavos meet. I'm gonna need you to travel through time to create a clone of me. I was debating doing Chrono Trigger on Sunday, actually. Was I muted for everything I just said? Probably was, wasn't it? Yeah, on Sunday I was debating doing Chrono Trigger, Trails in the Sky, or Crisis Core. And, like, of course I picked the one that less people would know I'll be interested in. It's just the kind of thing I gravitate towards, the less known stuff. Not even deliberately. Just often it tends to be kind of interesting. Like, we're in a weird time now where there are so many games that come out, there's so many that you'll miss. Go! I don't know. There's so much weird and interesting stuff. We're in a weird time where, like, all of it is accessible. You're just not gonna know about a lot of it because there's so much. I buy crosscode. I feel like I bought crosscode. I don't even know anymore. Alright, 66, Nocturnal. Yeah, I doubt I'll do Chrono Trigger sometime. Who knows when, honestly. Oh, Chrono Trigger is so good. Chrono Trigger is one of the rare cases of a game that is so hyped up, but absolutely lived up to the hype. And like, coming off stuff like The Last of Us, like not even The Last of Us Part 2, which is divisive and controversial, like just the first one, which like had so much hype behind it, and there are people who say it's like the best game ever, and I found it really just kind of which feels like is a thing I have with a lot of stuff. So like, oh yeah, it's one of the best ever. Usually just ends up being kind of mediocre. But Chrono Trigger's like, oh yeah, no, Chrono Trigger's one of the best JRPGs ever. And I play it and it's like, yeah, it is. Yeah, did you see that there's been an update for Chrono Trigger on mobile and PC? From what I heard, I think it was like the first update for Chrono Trigger on mobile in 4 years. The main thing I know they did is they added ultra wide support, so it's like 21 by 9, which is true. It covers almost my entire phone screen now. Stops just below where the camera is, weirdly. But it's kind of nice. Yeah. I think there was something else to the update, but I can't remember what it was. Yeah, I don't know. It's a nice enough idea, I guess. Though I'm still left with the issue of, like, Chrono Trigger looks kind of smeared on mobile. Like, the graphics are kind of smeared, like bad bilinear filtering. Oh yeah, all battles like I think 1.5 there maybe. I don't know. When I get to Chrono Trigger, I'll end up doing the Super Nintendo version. It's one of those one of the hacks I got. The Chrono Trigger can. Yeah, I've not seen you do that in like probably a couple of years now. I don't know, I think I'd only do it once for the stream. Just try and go through as much as I could. Deal with Magus, deal with Zeal, deal with all that. Yeah, that does. Yeah, that would be a bit too often. There. So my copy of Chrono Trigger, because I have Chrono Trigger on DS, so I physically own it. The only version, I guess, at all that was physically released in this country, and the version of it that I own is American. That could be kind of ironic. But the game wasn't released over here until the DS version, and the version I bought was the American version of the DS version. As is kind of weird. But it was cheaper to buy it new, imported, than it was to buy it used, domestic. crazy how some of that works out. Alright, let's do this. We'll find out if this was a bad idea by the time we get to Yakuza. You know, with Chrono Trigger being so good, I wonder if there were any other, like, really good JRPGs Square did, late into the Super Nintendo era that were all just kind of sat on, because they were Japan only. I realise now what I've done wrong. Because I'm there thinking, like, the alarm should be going off when I get into that tall room in the centre. But it's not. I realise now what I've done wrong. I didn't go in the data room, which was the entire purpose of coming to this sector anyway. I'm tired, shut up. I didn't want to do that. This has been a messy playthrough so far. But if I finish it, I'll at least be happy with that. Alright. And Nightmare, of course. Yeah, I wonder if any of the Japan-only JRPGs that Square did are, like, really good. like comparable with Prodigy. It's like, how many people would know?
Emergency in Sector 3.
Alright, come on. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that.
To main boiler explosion.
Come on. Thank you. Whew. I'm really having trouble focusing. Alright, so this is just a beam core, actually, if I can worry about it. Alright, let's take care of this. I should be able to handle this guy. Alright. Let's go. After that one. See, Dead Cells is an interesting idea, and I do like Dead Cells. I feel like the Metroidvania nomenclature it's given is kind of wrong. Like, aesthetically, in terms of some design, classic Castlevania maybe, I don't see the Metroid side of it. You can go back, but there's no good reason to. Like Cave Story, it is very much a linear, straightforward line. The main difference is, at certain points, if you have the DLC, you'll be asked if you want to go left or right. Pretty much, but then with the roguelite elements of it, you're also not really going through the same areas again. No, you're wrong. Like, Dead Cells is a good game, and I've spent plenty of time playing Dead Cells. Jeez, Mega Man ZX. You want to think outside the box? Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions on DS. I've mentioned it before on stream. It is basically a Metroidvania, and it's pretty good. At some point, yeah, I've debated like just going through some of the Mega Man games, like maybe in order or something. I don't know, maybe do something like get Klim to provide me the boss orders. In Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions on DS, there is Teak. Well, I spent a lot of time with the DS. So I played a lot of stuff the DS had to offer. And like, a lot of the Spider-Man stuff was pretty good. Like, you might be surprised just how much on the DS was worth playing. Yeah, because there's a thing we can do with Mega Man. I can either practice off stream, which, let's be fair, ain't gonna happen, or I can just get a boss order. Klim did all the classic Mega Man games, except Mega Man Base. But since Klim does emulation now for his stream, Klim could do Mega Man and Base and actually properly finish the classic series. I actually got a ROM hack for Mega Man Base that lets you change, switch between characters during stages, which sounds like it fixes a lot of issues with that game. It's like Mega Man and Base, like, Base would be great for the stages, Mega Man's great for bosses. But yeah, if if we did that kind of thing of like, oh, Klim does a Mega Man game, and I do the corresponding X game, Klim would immediately do Mega Man 7. I don't get Capcom and like the way they just decided to sell a bunch of their really bad old games. It's like, you've got the X Legacy Collection 1 and 2, and they were both released on the same day, they were released together. And it's like, okay, you can buy X 1 through 4 and 5 through 8. But at some point you've got to realise that you are going to be buying shit. The Devil May Cry collection has a similar issue with Devil May Cry 2. But it's not as bad because, like, Devil May Cry and Devil May Cry 3 are both longer games. But considering the standard Mega Man X game can generally be beaten in like 2 hours, some of the later ones. But, like, with Devil May Cry, like, the HD trilogy is all well and good. But then on Switch, Capcom put the first 3 games out separately. Who's buying Devil May Cry 2 on its own for that price? Like, that just doesn't make sense. There we go. Alright, Clem, you enjoy your food. I don't know if we'll still be here when you get back. I don't know how long you take to eat your food. I mean, to be fair with these things, their life still continues after you blast them. It's like, okay, so blast, and it's an X-Parasite, and then it gets absorbed. But not all of them get absorbed, like that one I just left. Who knows, Titanium? Alright. Alright. You know, it's funny you say that, Titanium, because I'm actually not doing that great right now. And a lot of it has to do with, like, me being tired. Plus my coughing. Alright. Come on. That's a nice Super Metroid reference. Alright, here we go. We'll come up to the halfway point. You're pretty good. Just what I'd expect from a man with the same code as the boss. I'm just getting warmed up. What? My hand! I should do MGS3 at some point. I've done 1 and 2 multiple times on stream. Should set the time aside for 3. For real. Darkness and silence through the night. 1 and 3. Honestly, the Space Pirates thing is kind of unclear. Like, there's this species which we refer to as Space Pirates. But this species is also referred to elsewhere as Zebesians. Or Zebesians. But then Prime has Space Pirates as a race. I think they've been back and forth on it, honestly. Honestly, like I said, the lore around them is weird, because there's also supposed to be a thing that Chozo settled Zebes. What's their best friend, what I call it. and they were kicked out of the home world by the space pirates led by Ridley. But then nothing else like Ridley actually exists, as far as we're aware. Come on. Damn. There we go. You know what? I've never tried power bombs on Yakuza. Yeah, generally just don't really think of using power bombs for fighting. For me, they've always been more of an exploration tool. Alright, now for one of the more dangerous parts of the game. Alright, there we go. I completely blanked there. Alright. This is honestly because I've got to go back to the fucking ship. This is honestly because I'm just tired. Well, thanks, Teague. Alright. The good news is the controller seems to be doing pretty well. Yeah, this doesn't bode well. That's probably not going to make a difference. No. Doesn't really matter. Alright. Yakuza round 2. Keep blanking out. Fucking get off me. Seriously? Come on. I spent too much time blanking out during that fight and getting caught in the grip. I can't do this. There's at least another hour left to go. Ugh. Ugh, jeez. Yeah, I guess we're gonna call it there. It's actually doing the proper buttons now. Um, how's that Castlevania one I got? Aesthetic animation fix, I think it said. Right, I didn't do Castlevania. Yeah. Take a quick look at that. God damn it. Yeah, let's take a quick look at it. Well, the rain stopped. So yeah, like, removes the outline, the blue outline from Juiced, and there's a bunch of enemies that have that outline as well. Most noticeably, the bats have that outline. It's really a response to Circle of the Moon being hard to see on GBA's, like the original GBA screen. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Like, without the outline, without any kind of outline. It's a fair point, Seek. Let's take a quick look at Aria of Sorrow, then. Now my head hurts from the coughing. I need to figure out how to get this to save my settings across the entire system. Because this just, it's frustrating dealing with this every goddamn time. Yeah, there, like you can see there's a black outline around Soma. Yeah, like Mina has an outline around her. Ricardo's hard to tell, but he has one. And Soma's outline... looks like the actual outline itself differs depending on the position on his body. Grey, blue into grey into black, it looks like. Yeah. It's a good call though, Teak. At some point I should really try out this ROM hack as well, Aria of Sorrow Alter. Well, that's definitely going to do it for us for today. I am too tired to deal with this. But the good news is, this control is definitely a good thing for me. No noticeable latency to deal with. Which means for your fast-paced games like Astro Boy or Mega Factor developed by Treasure, like, should be doable. I can use this for some of the faster-paced games anyway. Take a quick look at the Super Nintendo. I think I know I have Final Fantasy VI Rose on here. I don't remember if I put the Ted Woolsey edition on. No, I didn't. Just this, the revised old style edition. I think it changes some of the fonts as well. Let's take a quick look at that. No, I guess not. Okay, I got it to remember bilinear filtering for something. Like, no, that's... I feel like that is a different font. It's a different typeset, at least. Plus a fresh localization. Yeah. That might be the version I end up doing when I do FF6. Definitely do this GBA script port for FF5 though. But anyway, I want to thank everybody for joining the stream. I always really appreciate the support. Big special thank you to everybody in the chat. Chat is always the best part of the stream. Here we go. Antique claim. Titanium, of course. Was that it? I think that was it. Yeah, it looks like it was it. Thanks for keeping me company, guys. We might be back tomorrow, since I'm off, but I have to see. I need to continue Dead Space. I'm off Saturday and Sunday, so we should have Superhero Saturday and continuing Spider-Man 2. Also, it looks like somebody's just redeemed the Legacy of Kain playthrough, so we're going to be starting that on Sunday. We're going to be going through all the Legacy of Kain games now. I guess we're doing that on Sundays. Starting with the classic Blood Omen. I look forward to that. I've been wanting to do that for a while. Blood Omen to Soul Reaver. That's under L, isn't it? Yeah, Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver. Soul Reaver 2, Blood Omen 2, Defiance. Where's the Lunar Redemption? That's still turned off. Especially while I'm getting to grips with, like, I'm trying to stream more days, like, not just the days that I'm off work. I think it's something to keep us occupied. While Chance is as a premium feature. Something to keep us occupied while Chance is unavailable, but that probably won't take us a huge amount of time. Blood Omen would be the longest of those. Soul Reaver, probably like 3 or 4 sessions at most. Soul Reaver 2 is probably like 3 sessions, if that. Blood Omen 2, probably 3. Defiance is probably 3. So 4, 3, 3, 3. 16 sessions. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, so Legacy of Kain series going through on Sundays now. Trails in the Sky. I want to be in a better position before I really commit to Trails in the Sky, honestly. That's going to be a case of like when I did that one session of Persona 5. We'll have to go back to it at some point, restart it and do it properly. Here's a fun fact for you though before we go. Soul Reaver is really a Metroidvania. Arguably one of the first 3D Metroidvanias. You got a world with areas blocked off that you can explore when you gain new abilities to go through them. Like you start the game and there's one pathway you can take. Get to the end of it, you face a boss. Kill the boss, you get the ability to phase through gates in the spectral realm. So you use that to gain access to a new area, which leads to progress through the game. Soul Reaver is a Metroidvania. Do I have Exhumed? I should get Exhumed on here. Because Exhumed is also basically a Metroidvania. First-person shooter in Metroidvania. You guys are American? So you would know it probably under the name Power Slave. I should get that on here. I own that physically. I've had it for years. Crazy. But yeah, that's pretty much it for us. So hopefully back tomorrow with Dead Space. I'm off Saturday and Sunday this week, so Super Saturday, Blood Home on Sunday. And the good news is, testing out this controller, it works fine, I'm happy with it. So once we finish Spider-Man 2, Astro Boy will happen. Yep. But, in the meantime, thank you all for watching. Have yourselves a fantastic time of day, and take care. We'll catch you next time, guys. Bye.